Hello, everybody. Brian here from quantlabs.net. I hope my mic's working. Anyways, odd time to come online. That's me. Anyways, I just wanted to put out a video on what I think is going to be the big factors for next or this year: oil, gold, US dollar, and obviously I'll do a separate one for crypto because that seems to be the biggest movers out there. Um, so right now, I just want to talk about. I just noticed my description's messed up, but that's okay. Let's talk about gold. Um, Gold right now is kind of interesting where it's at. For 2023, it was an underperformer, but you can see here this is a CFD gold in USD. Couple of factors here. It's been moving up from, let me get rid of whatever this comparison is. Yeah, Bitcoin. I'll talk about that in a separate video. But at the end of the day here, you can see the low point of October 23rd. Everything seems to pivot around third week of October. So it's gone from 1,800 to, in 2 months, 2,100, 2,094. That's pretty strong. The other thing to watch here is a profit factor that I have on the Ichimoku strategy. That's okay. There are better things out there. As an example, if you were to look at comparison of silver and U.S. dollar for a little while, silver was outperforming gold here. So let me see here. So here's your comparison right here. Silver, yeah, so it's in line, and that's on a how far back we go in here. That's about 4 months. So it's in line right here, 27 versus 25%. So there's really not much difference. But year to date, okay, so let me just do 1 year. So you can see here, gold did outperform quite a bit versus silver. And it looks that way now for 2024. It's still too early, but I think gold is your better gauge looking at the way things are looking. I just looked at the overnight markets. Let me pull up. It doesn't really matter, but the overnight markets are probably negative. Actually, let me pull up Yahoo Finance, just as an example. Um, so yeah, you can see it's slightly negative, but that'll probably swing back up. But this is the metric that matters. The last trading day in was negative for across the board, but the market's been up pretty strong. So there's that as it stands right now for gold. Now, when you look at oil, oil's up 1.93%. This is doing pretty good. That's on a daily time frame. Profit factor 1.5. So lately, it's been very strong. When you look at the yearly, it's had a big decline. So I think the profit factor comes from this upswing. But look, you've already given back quite a bit of profit, but it's starting to come back a little bit, and that's just due to the problems of the Red Sea and these tankers and getting attacked and whatnot. So that might be a shock to the system, regardless of demand destruction for oil, and that may continue to move up long term. So that kind of matters. And the other thing you want to watch for is the drawdowns. This one is not too bad. Obviously, strategy does matter, whatever you're using if you're going to auto trade. So the dollar, the DXY is very similar. Now, again, a profit factor of 1.6, again, because of this upswing here, and right here, it may be bouncing back, but we've seen this story before of the dollar uh, trying to trying to have a little rally, but you can see just the overall pressure is there on the negative downside. So the dollar is struggling to recover. But the other major currencies, be it Two big ones, obviously, is the Euro USD. Um, that one's been pretty well on a good tear. So you can always just do the flip side. And again, you can see the exact time when the dollar weakens, the euro and the pound, the British pound will take off. So those are your easy trades. And same with the British pound as well. So that's a pretty well given a gimme trade, right? So you can see here that the pound is doing a little better. So there's a lot right now. There's a lot of predictability in the markets if you're a currency trader because this will continue to decline. Oh, and the other one I want to show was the U.S. dollar against the Japanese yen. So these are the three biggest currency pairs. So this was a really easy trade, easy investment. But you can see it's just been a solid decline since, uh, well, let's see here, around November. So if I was to show you the 1 year, you can see it's had a really nice run up since between March until November. And then that's when the Bank of Japan just intervened and tried to weaken the Japanese yen. Now, will this continue to move up? I don't know. But what will happen is right now, the hot ones are the euro against the dollar and the British pound against the dollar. So this is right now classic, if you're a forex trader, classic predictable um, moves. And that's all dependent upon really the US dollar. So if you're watching the DXY and those general trends, then you can get your predictable trades. The thing is with the dollar, why is it going down? There could be a number of reasons. Credibility for the US government, credibility for their financial position on their debt. So that might be getting hammered. There's a variety of reasons why the dollar is declining. I'm not an economist here. I'm just reporting what I'm seeing. So that's something to pay attention to. And that really is going to be determined. I think a lot of this actually has to do with the interest rates coming out of the Fed. So the Fed's the one that's doing a lot of the calls in terms of if they raise interest rates. Yeah, the dollar will go down. And there could be any reasons for it. A lot of reasons that people don't talk about, but the big impacts is the U.S. national debt. What happens to the U.S. government? We are faced with another potential government shutdown. I think at the end of January, so it's not far away, and they just keep temporarily kicking the can down the road. They don't fundamentally really fix anything, so that takes a hit on the credibility of the U.S and people lose faith in the U.S. As well. But on the other hand, where else is there to go? That's the question. In my mind, you got the British pound doing fairly well, and some other currencies like the lira is not doing good, but that's a good trade. Anyway, so I'll leave it at that, and yeah, I just wanted to report that. As I said, welcome to 2024. Let's see how this plays out. All right. Have a good day, and always follow what I do. And just check out the links that I got on my profile if you want to know more about what I do outside of TradingView. Over and out.